Imagine having a financial superpower that multiplies your money while you sleep. This isn't a dream or a fantasy, it's a real-life financial tool called compound interest. Compound interest isn't a new concept, it's been around for centuries, used by savvy investors and wealth builders to increase their fortunes. But despite its age, this principle remains as relevant and powerful today as ever. So what is compound interest? At its core, it's about earning interest not just on the initial amount of money you put away, but also on the interest you've already earned. It's like a snowball effect. As your money earns interest, the total amount grows, and then that larger amount earns even more interest. This might sound simple, and it is. But don't underestimate the power of compound interest. Over time, it can turn small amounts of money into substantial sums. It's like a money-making machine that keeps growing. Consider this. If you were to put away a small amount of money today and let it earn compound interest, over the years, that amount could grow exponentially. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about building wealth slowly, steadily, and surely. So, whether you're just starting your financial journey or you're well on your way, it's never too late to harness the power of compound interest. It's like a money-making machine that keeps growing. To grasp its power, let's compare compound interest to its cousin, simple interest. Imagine a race between two athletes. One is a steady runner who maintains a consistent pace throughout the race. The other is a sprinter, who not only maintains the steady pace but also accelerates as the race goes on. In the world of finance, simple interest is the steady runner, and compound interest is the sprinter. With simple interest, your money earns a fixed amount every year based on the initial investment or the principal. It's straightforward and predictable like our steady runner. You know exactly how much you'll earn at the end of the race because it's the same distance covered every lap. On the flip side, compound interest is a bit more dynamic. It's like our sprinter, gaining momentum with every lap. You earn interest on your initial investment, just like with simple interest. But here's where it gets exciting. You also earn interest on the interest you've already earned. Let's use a metaphor to better understand this. Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill. As it rolls, it picks up more snow, growing bigger and bigger. That's exactly what happens with compound interest. Your money, like the snowball, grows exponentially, picking up speed and size as it rolls down the financial hill. That's the power of compound interest. It's not just about the money you initially invest, but also about the money that your money makes, and then the money that your money makes. It's a cycle that continues to accelerate the growth of your wealth over time. But here's the clincher. The real magic of compound interest comes into play when you allow it to work over a long period of time. The longer you keep your money invested, the more it compounds, and the faster your money multiplies. It's like our sprinter gaining speed with every lap, or the snowball growing larger as it rolls down the hill. The longer the race or the longer the hill, the greater the final result. The longer you keep your money invested and the more frequently the interest compounds, the faster your money multiplies. Compound interest is calculated using a formula that can help you predict how your money will grow over time. Let's briefly touch on this formula. It's composed of 4 main variables: the principal amount, the interest rate, the number of times interest is compounded per time period, and the number of time periods. Sounds a bit complicated, doesn't it? But don't fret, it's simpler than it seems. Think of the principal amount as the initial amount of money you invest or loan. That's your starting point. The interest rate, often expressed as an annual percentage, represents the proportion of your principal that you'll earn as interest. Now, the frequency of compounding is crucial to how compound interest works. It refers to how often your interest is calculated and added back into your principal. This could be annually, semi-annually, quarterly, or even daily. The more frequently your interest compounds, the greater your returns will be. The last variable is the number of time periods, which is simply the length of time the money is invested or borrowed for. It could be in years, months, or days. So the compound interest formula is principal times 1 plus the interest rate divided by the number of compounding periods to the power of the total number of compounding periods. But here's the thing. You don't have to be a whiz at math to understand the power of compound interest. The important takeaway is that compound interest allows your money to grow exponentially. The more time you give your investment, and the more frequently the interest compounds, the more money you'll make. And remember, the magic of compound interest is not just about earning interest on your principal, but also earning interest on the interest that has already been added. That's the beauty of it, that's the power of it. You don't need to be a mathematician to benefit from it. And that's the heart of it all. You just need to understand the concept, make smart financial decisions, and let your money work for you. Let's keep it practical. Say you invest $1,000 at an annual interest rate of 5%. Now let's take a little trip into the future to see how your money grows. In the world of simple interest, your $1,000 would sit and gather dust, earning a flat $50 every year. After a decade, your initial investment would have grown to $1,500. Not bad, right? But it could be better. Now let's shift gears and journey into the world of compound interest. Here, your money doesn't just sit around, it works for you, it hustles. At the end of the first year, you've earned $50 in interest, bringing your total to $1,050. But the magic happens in year 2. You see, in the second year, you're not just earning interest on your initial $1,000. You're earning interest on the full $1,050. This may seem like a small difference now, but over time, these small differences can add up to a significant amount. Fast forward 10 years, and you're not looking at $1,500. Instead, you're looking at approximately $1,628. That's an extra $128 earned just by letting compound interest do its thing. But wait, there's more. If the interest were compounded quarterly, meaning 4 times a year, your total increases even further. At the end of 10 years, your $1,000 would have grown to approximately $1,649. That's $21 more, just by taking advantage of compound interest. It's like getting a bonus for being patient and letting your money do the heavy lifting. So, there you have it. A real-life example of the power of compound interest. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a get-rich-surely plan. And it all starts with understanding and applying this financial superpower. The secret is not just in saving, but in smart saving. And that's the magic of compound interest. The bottom line is this: compound interest is your financial ally. It's not just a fancy financial term or a mathematical formula. It's a powerful tool that can help you multiply your money, build wealth, and secure your financial future. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. Compound interest is a financial superpower that allows you to earn interest not just on your initial investment, but also on the interest you've already earned. It's essentially a money-making machine that keeps growing, and the longer you keep your money invested, the more your wealth compounds. While simple interest offers a steady, straight-line growth, compound interest accelerates your earnings over time. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, gathering more snow and gaining speed as it goes. The difference may not seem significant in the short term, but over the course of years or decades, it can be truly astounding. Remember the example we discussed earlier? If you invest $1,000 at an annual interest rate of 5%, after 10 years, you would have about $1,628. But if the interest compounds quarterly, you would have around $1,649. That's $21 extra just by taking advantage of compound interest. But compound interest is more than just a way to grow your savings. It's a strategy for financial empowerment. It's a way to put your money to work, to make it grow over time, even when you're not actively saving or investing. It's about making smart, informed decisions about your money today, so you can reap the benefits tomorrow. So, what's your next step? Start small, invest what you can afford. Choose an investment that offers compound interest. Be patient. Let your money work for you, let it grow. And remember, compound interest is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about consistency and longevity, not quick wins or instant gratification. Remember, it's not about how much you earn, but how much you keep and grow. So keep learning, keep investing, and keep compounding your wealth. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more financial insights, and share it with friends who need to unlock the power of compound interest. Until next time, stay financially empowered.